Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be doing a video all about covering of acne. As you can see, I've been dealing with some breakouts. This is kind of severe-ish. It's mostly hormonal and stress related, but we're going to learn how to cover it up today. So I thought today would be a good day to do it. My main thing when it comes to covering up acne, realize that you cannot cover up texture. That was something to cover up texture no matter how hard you try. Your acne is your acne and you just have to find ways to cope. And that's one of the main reasons I really wanted to learn makeup, because I was really interested and I wanted to do my makeup naturally because I had acne. If you see my dogs kind of in the background, there's Ollie, don't mind them. Or if you kind of hear them, hey, stay out of my makeup. Yeah, I'm looking at you. My dog June loves to just like lick and like find in my makeup. She's very girly and I know she doesn't know what it is, and so that's why she's doing it and she's curious, but it's kind of funny to me because she really likes to like dig in my makeup and like be in this room. It's kind of funny. But anyways, what the heck? Do you see them? They're so cute. All right, so our first step is I actually don't really love using primers because I haven't really found many that have not broken me out. So I don't really love primers. If I have a primer that I want to use and I bought and I can't really return type of a thing, I'll use it underneath my eyes because it helps fill in lines and stuff like that and just kind of smooth out the area when you put concealer on. You are some of my favorite products for when I had a really horrible acne, and when I have acne now is I like to make my face look really smooth. So a couple products that I really like to do that, we'll start with powder. I love the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I've had this for about a year and you can see I still have like a decent amount in there. Well, it's not super level, but anyways, I have a decent amount still left and I've had it for about a year. So it's definitely worth the money if you're able to splurge on that. If not, something that will make your skin look so smooth and is one of my favorite powders and I use pretty much on the daily is the L'Oreal True Match powder. I love this stuff. I highly recommend it. It makes your skin look so smooth. Back when I had really bad acne, my mom would get me the foundation, which broke me out, but everything broke me out. And then she'd give me that powder and I'd use like concealer and powder and then concealer and that powder, and then it would make my skin look like porcelain. So, and my mom would always compliment my skin whenever I'd wear that. I like to use foundation first because I think foundation, the purpose of it is just to even out your skin. Then you go in with concealer and kind of correct any corrections that you need to make. You can also do like the spot color correction and stuff like that. I never really did that. But if you need to do that or if you like doing that, then do it, you know? So I'm gonna be taking the Juvia's Place foundation. I just did a review on this and obviously you know I love it. So, and I like this, and back when I had acne in high school, I wish I would have had this foundation. So what I like to do is just take a little. This is actually way too much, and that's not even like a pea size amount, and it's already way too much for what I was going for today, but I'm just gonna, this is also a really good foundation if you have oily skin because it's very matte. Okay, so just make sure I'm using all of this. And then I'm gonna be taking just a foundation brush. Make sure that you're washing your brushes, and I know people have probably told you that before, but as you can see, look, I barely even blended that out, and look how much coverage I already have, but it's not like a super heavy foundation, which is really nice. And it already like corrected a lot of the imperfection colorings on my face. That's what we're gonna call them. And I remember doing in my review, if you like let it sit for like a couple minutes, it'll like do a different, like turn a different color. But then as soon as you blend it out, then it like matches your face. It's kind of weird. You could, honestly, it's so pigmented, you could use it almost like a concealer and just use barely like any just on certain spots that you need, and then set that with powder. I wasn't able to really use foundation when I had really severe acne because everything broke me out. So I wasn't really able to use it. I used to use like MAC Pro Longwear concealer or like the Tarte Shape Tape type thing, and then I would just use that all over my face. And that's what I use as foundation. Fun fact. Tarte Shape Tape. Another one of my favorites if you really want a more affordable concealer is I love, love, love the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. So it's more affordable if you're looking for something more affordable. I heard that the Makeup Revolution one's pretty good as well, but have not tried it. So anyways, but I really like the Tarte Shape Tape. And again, this is something that it's like $24. If you wanted to use this as foundation, you could. Like, the applicator is big enough if you wanted something a little bit more natural, then just use it kind of where you need it. Because the thing with acne is like people want to cover their whole face because they have like one pimple on their face, or like it's maybe on this side of their face, so they apply the same thickness of foundation on this side. Really, you only need coverage on the spots that you need coverage, you know what I mean? So I think what I'm gonna do now is take, oh yeah, that is, I forgot. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just take my applicator. You can also use a brush if you're trying to keep it more sanitary as far as like bacteria. That was something that I was concerned about. I was so paranoid about anything breaking my skin out. So if you're like that too, you're not alone. So you can kind of see I still have a little bit of darkness. Like obviously I can't cover the texture of the pimple, but you can kind of see not everything is super covered up. I could go in with more foundation, but I'm just gonna go in with some more concealer so I can be a little bit more precise. And I'm just gonna go right over the spots where I have some imperfections, or at least I'm kind of wanting them to not be as obvious. And then I also kind of like to highlight at the same time, so it helps kind of tie everything together. And I'll just take a little bit. I guess I will also apply a little under my eyes. You can go really crazy with this concealer, I almost said foundation, very fast, so just be mindful of that. And then I used to let it sit for a second and then I'd blend it out to give it a little bit more coverage, but with this one I don't really feel like that ends up happening. So I'm just gonna lightly just kind of stipple the product in, pushing it in. Don't rub, because that's really gonna take the product away, the friction of the product and your brush. So just like literally just like stamp it or like push it in your skin. Obviously don't like hit your face, but yeah. All right. So as you can see, my skin already looks a lot more flawless. And again, as this sits, it definitely looks even better. But as you can see, just my skin looks really smooth. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna do my eyes and then I'm gonna come back. So since this is just about the face, I'll be back. All right, so I'm back and I just did my eyes. I don't know why, but my eyeshadow is having a hard time today. I had to layer on like a bunch of different colors, but you can't even tell. It's kind of weird, but anyways, so now I'm gonna set underneath my eyes. I'm gonna use my Laura Mercier translucent powder. It's almost kind of like I'm baking, but I'm not taking like a full-on sponge. I'm just picking up a little extra on my brush because when you have like, my mascara will transfer no matter what, like unless I kind of set it this way. I actually like to use this all over my face, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to use both. So I'm just going to kind of use this on places where I would normally highlight, kind of like the center of my face. It just really makes your skin look so smooth. I'm also going to go over just anywhere that I put concealer and I really want my skin to look a little bit smoother. Another thing to keep in mind as well is see how that just really just smooths out your skin. What I would recommend using is if you have a sponge, bake your whole face if your skin is oily and your makeup does not last. I promise you, it'll make your makeup last. The combination of the baking and the foundation will really make it last really well. How many times can I say make it last? I don't know. I'm gonna be using this powder from L'Oreal. I like this because it's a little bit darker, so it helps kind of bring a little bit more life to my skin since my skin is so pale. And I'm just gonna kind of stipple on as well for a little bit more coverage, and I also don't want to mess up my concealer and whatnot, but this also makes your skin look really smooth. I love this powder. Honestly, like, holy grail. Ever since I first started using makeup, I've been using that powder, and I'll buy it over and over consistently because it's amazing. Now, what is next? So now I'm gonna do the rest of my face when it comes to like contouring and stuff like that. All right, so when it comes to blush, you definitely want to be more careful. Go lay down. You want to be a little bit more careful when you're picking shades. You don't want to pick anything that's too red, or else it'll bring out redness in your skin. Shades kind of like this one, which are just a very mauvey pink. And then I'm gonna tap off this blush palette is so good and so pigmented, and it lasts throughout the day. It's not like the kind of pigment where, like, you know, it's pigmented at first and then it dies down. No, I tried doing that once and I was like, whoa. My dog Cash just like put his little paw on my leg because he wanted attention. That was so cute. Okay, so basically this is the finished makeup. As you can tell, my skin looks so smooth. You could not tell I had acne. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips and the products and like the way I apply them and things like that. If you have any more requests, then leave them down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.